Okay, are expensive lures actually worth it, guys? Or are we all just being ripped off? Let's be honest. Okay, some of these lures cost anywhere from like, say, $20 to like $100, $150 for one lure. So my question is to you, are these more expensive lures catching more fish, or are they just catching fishermen? Okay, so first of all, what I'm talking about, like we all go into the tackle shops and we all have a look through the dump bins and stuff and see what's on sale and in the dump bins. That doesn't mean they're cheap lures, it just means the shop's clearing them out. But you can buy cheap lures, like Tackle World do their own cheap lures, BCF, Anaconda, everyone does their own cheap lures, and you get they're all Chinese bulk made things. But the question is, are they real junk, or do they work just as well as like expensive brand name ones? And this one, this is going to split Fisherman down the middle. I can see this one. And for me, well, being in the tackle trade for the last 20 odd years, I'll be honest, guys, I've used some of the cheapest lures on the planet, some of the most expensive lures on the planet. And I'm going to surprise you right here, right now. This lure here I'm pointing at, this little shallow running jerkbait is probably one of my favourite lures. It catches every friggin' thing. I have got other versions of this somewhere, and it scratches the living crap. Being the cheap lure, it does have crap gear on it. So once you change the rings and the hooks, like I haven't done on this one yet, but you change the rings and the hooks, they are great lures, fantastic lures. My favourite lure. You know how much this thing cost me? I bought like 20 of these from, I think it was AliExpress a few years ago, for like $1.80 or $1.90 each. That's how much they cost. And this has been one of my favourite all-time lures, from especially chasing flathead over the flats to a few small school Jew I've caught on it, lots of tailor, and now I'm up north. I'm casting these around rocks and get little GTs and queenfish and stuff on them, and they're holding up well, and they're still swimming the great. So that was like $1.80, $1.90, compared to you go buying like something like that. That's a Saruna. I know some of you guys know that name, a lot of you don't, but these things are like $30, $35 lures. And it's a similar sort of action to that, similar sort of depth to that. And Sarunas used to be one of my all-time favourites, but when you start losing them at like $35 a pop, it's like, holy crap. So I've gone the cheaper way, and I love this thing. And these, I can't remember exactly which one is these guys. It's been a few years since I bought them, so I bought a whole heap of them. But they were from AliExpress, and the name of them is Bear King. But I know Bear King does a lot of different lures. You'd have to look around for that one if you want to find it. I'm sure it's there somewhere. Okay. So what I want to know from you guys, do you buy a bit of everything, from expensive stuff to cheap stuff, whatever you find? Because I'm going to be honest, I think good lures, expensive lures have their place, and so do cheap lures. They both do. And I reckon most serious, proper Aussie fishermen will have both in their tackle boxes. So, with the cheaper lures, you are taking matters in your own hands, as to say, because with the cheaper ones, they don't always swim. There's a catch. Here's a main catch between expensive lures and cheap lures. Expensive lures, like your Sarunas and Duos and, Jackals and things like that, that's just to name a few. There's plenty of more expensive lures out there. They'll swim straight out of the box. They're being tested and tried, and you're tested in tanks and so many times, and they swim straight out of the box. And they won't just catch a fish and stop swimming. They'll catch several fish, lots of fish. More than likely, you'll end up losing them before they stop swimming. That's the advantage of having expensive lures, that they'll swim, and they'll keep swimming. These cheaper ones don't always swim out of the box. Sometimes the bibs are a little off and I'll spin up on the surface, or after a couple of fish, they'll bugger up. I got lucky with these Bear King ones. These Bear King ones they don't fail. They've never failed me, ever. Okay? They've been fantastic. But I have bought other lures similar to this for a couple of bucks, $3, $4, and yeah, they don't swim out of the box. They spin, they just shit straight away out of the box, bang. So that's the catch with some of the cheaper lures. They won't actually swim straight away. But in saying that too, you do get the better brand names. I'm probably going to stir some shit up with this one. But here, everyone knows what that is. That's a Halco. One of the all-time favourite lures in Australia for Australian fishermen, especially for mackerel. I can't stand these effing things. I really can't. Years ago, I used to run nothing but Halcos. I'd work all the time. Not a problem in the world. Nowadays, if you buy something with these bloody bibs like this, I can't get the friggin' things to swim. Every time I buy one, the bastards don't swim. I've gone right off them. I can't stand Halco. I won't use them. So brand name, a lot of guys do like them and they do work, but I must admit, even in a tackle shop, I do see ones of these big bibs coming back. And especially after you get a fish or something, they get knocked. People can't get them to swim anymore, so yeah. The 2 metre divers, Halcos, the Halcos and the 2 metre divers, spot on. They still swim, even the ones I've got still swim. And people don't have a problem with them, but these bigger plastic flimsy bibs, these things are shit. Absolute shit. So a lot of guys nowadays are actually going straight to and spending like 40 bucks on this. Nomad. Expensive, yes. But with the Nomad lures, these things swim straight out of the box and they keep swimming. No matter how many fish they hook and catch, they keep swimming. I don't think I've run this one yet. It doesn't look like it's been run. I just grabbed it out of the tackle box. No scratches on it. But the other ones I've had, they always swim. And everyone who buys them, no one has a complaint about these things because they always swim. So they're a bit more expensive, but they do swim. So, once again, brand name, no brands. Guys, what do you do? Like you can see here, I've got a selection from cheap lures, expensive lures. I've got a bit of everything. I try everything. And I said, they have got their days. Like when the fish are really thick or feeding fast and just going everything, cheap lures work fantastic. And throw a cheap lure out and catch a heap of fish. If you lose it or stop swimming, who cares? Tie another cheap lure on, keep going. But other days, the water's a bit clearer or the fish are a bit more finicky. And the top end lures, with their colours, the way they swim out of the box, their action, their colours, sometimes that actually really does help trigger a bite. Instead of having something really silver like this, well not the Serena, but something like that. One colour, some of the more expensive lures, I haven't got one here to show you that stands out. But you can see some of the colours and they really look like bait fish and the colour grading and in the water and the action is really fantastic. And sometimes these high-end lures do encourage a bite. They really do, especially when fishing's hard. But when they're just eating everything, some of these cheaper lures, you just throw them in and have a ball. If they break or whatever, like I said, who cares? Another thing is I was going to show you guys is jigs. If you go to like some of these big AliExpress and Chinese shops and everything else, you can buy bulk jigs like these things. They're a few cents and you get them bulk. I've got like, there's a heap of them in here, this tucker box on here. A heap of cheap jigs. And I've got to tell you, even some of the hooks, like this one, I think this jig's like $1 something. It even come with decent hooks, and I've got quite a few of these ones, and I've never had these hooks break or anything. Over the time, they have rusted a little bit, yes, but most of them do. And the amount of fish I've caught on these jigs, they work an absolute treat. When you go into the stores, you're buying things like this in Nomad and other brands, they cost like 16 bucks each. You buy them online in bulk for like $1. So cheap, and especially up here in the reef, Great Barrier Reef, running with the jigs like that's fantastic. So if you do lose them and get bricked by fish, you don't care. And if you go buy jigs like this is, what was this, Megabass. Yeah, Kicktail, Megabass. Not a bad jig, these Data Drown have got some great action. But see this little jig and it's got these little tiny hooks on it. These are like 40 bucks. And you still see it's new. I haven't used it. I'm too scared to put it down the reef. I don't want to lose the bastard. So, once again, we're up in the air. Do we go do new lures? Do we do old, cheap ones? What do we do? Are the new ones like the big brand names a scam? I don't think so. I really don't. I think they got their place. When fishing's hard and you want something's working for you, and some of the colours are absolutely fantastic. The high-end ones, they really have their place. But on the other end of the scale, the cheap ones have their place as well. They really do. So, for my way of thinking, I've got a bit of both. I've got cheap stuff to expensive stuff. And when I want to go cast some cheap, go cast around the shallow reefs and just have a ball, catch whatever, if I lose some gear, I don't care. Run a heap of cheap gear. I don't care if I lose it. Don't go casting $40 lures around the reef and lose them, because you won't have a good day. They'll end up being bloody expensive. But casting things like this, like $1, $2 a round or jig and things like this, you don't care. and they do work. They catch just as many fish, they really do. Sometimes you just got to upgrade the hardware. But in saying that as well, guys, you've got to upgrade the hardware on some of the more expensive ones too, like the Shannons and stuff. That's not a fancy hook. Shit, that's a duo. Look at that flimsy little hook. I haven't changed them, but they should be changed because they're, oh crap, but they are good lures. So yeah, I don't know. It's just the way I'm thinking. And the weather up here is terrible. It's blowing its backside off again. It's been blowing for weeks. I don't think the boat's moved for like 2 months. It's starting to bug me, so I've got to talk about bits and pieces. So guys, get down in the comments. Tell me your thought. Do you run expensive lures? Do you run cheap lures? Have you got a mixture of both? Or are you one of these guys that just uses the brand names and don't care about how much you spend? Well, there's a few people like that. Or do you go in looking through the bargain bins looking for bargain lures because you don't want to go wasting $40 lures and trees and mangroves and reefs? That's fine too. They all work. They all do. Like I said, they all have their day. Just for some of the cheaper ones, like I was going to repeat like before, they won't always swim out of the box, so you've got to be wary of that. And 9 times out of 10 with cheap lures, you've got to change the hardware. But in saying that, some of the more expensive ones like the Shannons and duos here, you've got to change the hardware anyway. So there's pros and cons to both of them and all of them. I'm sitting here looking at them, guys. I'm thinking I should just go for a walk along the beach and go for a cast in the wind. Getting bored. Anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble on. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. It'd be interesting to see what most guys are thinking. Have they got a mixture? Are they just going high-end lures, or a bit of a mixture, or they just go through the dump bins just to grab what they can? I see people do pretty much a bit of everything in the tackle shops, but it'd be good to see what you guys say online. Read your comments. And once again, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you again next week for another one.